You guys remember that old Flash game, Balloon Super Monkey? No, you weren't alive when it was made? Me neither. But I've grown quite attached to this game on many levels. This is one of my favorite games, mostly to play at school, because of my school has Go Guardian, the bane of our existence, and we can't play any blocked games. But this is a game on unblocked games, so you can just straight play it whenever. So, I, me and my friends quickly grew to love this game. But my friends were so bad at it, and I was so bad at it until I played it forever, like so long. So, but they do not play it as much as I do because they actually have to get schoolwork done, and I don't care. So, instead of having to play as much as I have, I'm going to make this video where just listen to me and I will show you how to get to the final stage of Balloon's Super Monkey. Let's get right into it. So, this is the first wave. There are 3 waves in a stage and there are 5 total stages. But there are power-ups that can spawn, like that bomb from earlier. It was a super bomb. It wipes the entire screen clean of every balloon on it instantly. Then you can hit escape, or at the end of the wave, it will come up. And you can buy upgrades like faster increase your throw rate, or throw multiple darts, toss a boomerang, seek out and pops nearby balloons automatically and instantly. Now, you might be thinking, that bottom one is sick. And I don't disagree. It was like the first upgrade I chose when I first played the game. It's also absolutely horrible. So, this is the worst path because it is not good until you get to about here, which costs about 20,000 power blobs. Now, the top path is the best path to go. It's not like Balloon's Tower Defense 6 where you can only get one row. You can get a 777 on this. You just have to make that much money. So, you use your cursor and your Super Monkey will perfectly follow your cursor as to the best of his ability. Obviously, if you go off screen, it won't follow you. The plus 50% is only to your total points, not to your money. People get that wrong so often. Like, why didn't I get extra money? No, it is just to your total points. Now, we are on Wave 2. Wave 2, target pops 500. Starting off with this. This is the best spot to place. So this will be like a tutorial and showing you how the game works. So if you want to get better and you already understand the basics, watch my gameplay. If you want to understand the basics, listen to my voice. You can probably be good to watch it twice, but if you can multitask, good for you. Watch both. Positioning will be your best friend, especially because we are going to target the top path until about here. Now, first things first. Alright, so if a bomb appears, you want to wait for the entire screen to be full before you activate it. Power-ups are completely random. You are not guaranteed to get a single power-up while you are gaming, while you are in a game. When it does happen, it is super cool, but it is not a guarantee. There are 3 total power-ups, and we'll see if we can get them all. If not, I'll just explain about halfway through about them all. So, first, that was the Super Bomb, and this is the Golden Sun God power-up. It looks like this, and it does this. That is the most powerful of the 3 power-ups. One nukes the screen, one gives you ultimate power for a couple of seconds, and one freezes every balloon on screen so you can get more pops. The first stage consists of 3 waves, which are incredibly easy. I don't know how you could fail. It's just a bit of skill. So first, you want to buy the 400 upgrade, then you want to buy the 2,500 upgrade. That time, I didn't do as well because I was showing you guys stuff. But now, we're going to get to the big pops. 800, the first kind of challenge. So, I will show you when. So, I'll get one of each of the starting upgrades just to show you how they work. This is the boomerang. It goes around popping things, and when it comes back, it spawns another. Now, you might be seeing, these blue orbs that drop off of the balloons sometimes when you pop them. Those are the power blobs. You need to pick them up. I see so many people popping stuff and going across the screen from what they just popped and not picking up the money. You have to pick it up. It is not automatic. You have to go in. It has like a magnet around your body, so it will automatically pick up once you get into a certain range of it. But if you're not within range, it will not automatically pick up. So you want to be like where balloons are spawning and coming onto the screen from. Say they're coming from the top of the screen, you want to be at the top of the screen. Next, we have the plasma tentacles. Do not use this upgrade path if you have a bad computer or Chromebook. It is laggy as heck. It will slow down your game tremendously and make it way harder to beat it in a reasonable time. Also, you might notice how I'm just able to click and this can appear. You hit the escape key to open it. Some people only upgrade at the end of waves, even if they need upgrades halfway through the waves. You don't have to just do that. Like beginners, you're just waiting for the end of the wave where you can it will pop up on its own. Like this. It pops up on its own. I did not click any buttons to take you to the next wave or stage. You can just hit, okay, next wave, we're into the second stage. There are 5 total stages. There are 3 total waves. I don't remember. I already said that. I know I said the waves part. And now we will be saving up for the quad darts, which is 6,000. So you're going to have to be patient on this, but it gets a lot more interesting in stage 2. Stage 2 is more of a challenge. You definitely have a higher chance of getting, if you lose, also if you don't make it to this goal, you do not go on to the next wave or stage, and you just immediately go back to the menu. When I first played, I only made it to stage 3 and wave 3, and I thought that was the end of the game because I didn't get enough pops. No, the next time I played, I got enough pops, and then we went farther beyond, and I realized I was just bad. This is the freeze ability. If it's an ice cream cone, and it will freeze every balloon on screen for like 5 seconds. It lasts as long as the Super Monkey. There can be multiple power-ups on the screen at a time. We probably won't get that because it's incredibly rare. But it is a possibility. Also, if you have the option, I would plug in a mouse to your Chromebook instead of having to use the finger pad. But it will help you out tremendously more, especially the higher sensitivity. Okay, that was a bad time to use that. But we're already winning this stage. And now we can get quad darts, which immediately makes you have to go in different places than if you were shooting 2 darts. Because now, instead of going around here, you want to go here for those watching. But for this, you still want to be like this because it is more controlled at the center and you pop more. So you want to position yourself properly. Another super bomb. Trust me, these are not very common. I'm just very lucky. And there are no way to mod the game where you can just get a bunch. You have to actually be good enough at the game to do that. Eventually, over time, the power-up will try to leave the screen. Make sure you activate it beforehand. Otherwise, you just wasted a super lucky drop. If we get another power-up that doesn't just spawn inside of me, I will show you that. So these levels are pretty easy for me. It looks, trust me, do not go based on my gameplay for difficulty level. It is not what you should be doing. Now, the balloons will be spawning from up top, so you want to go to the very top of where they're spawning and hug it so that the blobs can't go anywhere but straight to you. Now that there are so many and you can't pop them all, you can go down to like the middle of the screen and follow. And the super bomb spawn inside of me. Great, that can happen. They can spawn anywhere on the screen, including inside of you, so it instantly activates. Our next upgrade, this is another good way to be better at the game and save some time if you're just in between waiting for classes to start. If you memorize each price of every single upgrade, you won't have to be constantly checking. So like right now, I can buy this. And the next upgrade costs 8,000. Notice how I haven't checked yet? I just already know. This one costs 12,000. No, this one costs 6,000. This one costs 12,000. This one costs 18,000. This one costs 12,000. I'm a little rusty. Haven't played in a minute. Okay, there's the super bomb. Now, if we just don't touch it, it will eventually fly out of the screen on its own, and you can't follow it. It'll just disappear. So make sure you use it. Super bombs can also destroy ceramics in one go. The only thing they can't destroy in one go are Moabs, which the first time a Moab pops up is on wave 1 of stage 4. So we won't be seeing that for a while. So after this, we will be traveling to stage 3. In my opinion, the hardest for new players to get through, the snowy biome. 2,500 for the first one is our first real challenge. That arrow means going to the middle. It does not mean going all the way to the side. They will be speeding up drastically. And you want to make sure you're right beneath it so all of the arrows catch on the darts catch on it. 8,000. Okay. For new players, this is about the time where you should be going into this path, because you need a large amount of skill and good memory, but you'll see why good memory in a short time, but to get a high score on it. I can show you a way, I do know a way, that you don't need a good memory and you just kind of cheese the game. But I'll be playing like a new player. Well, no. No, I won't. I gotta be showing how to be better at the game. But if you already have the scratching the basics, and so, yeah. Yes, so this is the first wave done. I've noticed how I only got 3,000. I got only about 600 more than the pops required, and I'm good at this game. I would have had enough blobs to get the laser upgrade, which would have helped me out more, but I had to show for you guys. Alright, now we can get the laser upgrades, which the lasers are broken. You want to go into the bombs and in the middle path, but you want to go into the bombs if you're newer, but because of a certain thing on wave 3, which you need to start going into early so that you know what you're getting into. See, the super bomb went right through all ceramics that were on the screen at the time. Now I need to speak a little less because I need to make sure I get this. If you have the lasers, it's good to go to the bottom of the... This is where the memory part kicks in. So if you didn't remember those, you can just pause the screen by hitting escape. Move your cursor over to where the balloons are appearing, and the Super Monkey will instantly travel to your area. So I didn't look at any of those. It is the same every time, so if you have a good memory, you can remember it just for every time. I have a decent memory. See how it's here? Now I'm there. It's over there, and now I am as well. So if you're playing on a mouse, like on a finger pad, that is extremely helpful. Since I'm playing on a max sensitivity mouse, it does not really matter for me. Even if you don't get enough from the memory, there are some areas where you could get more from in after the memory parts. Like stage 2, I was able to get to it even though I wasn't very close to begin with. This is probably the hardest wave in the entire game is this wave. You need 3,000 pops. And we start off with the memory. The reason you need to be good at the game to get this far is because you need this upgrade. If you have this upgrade, will not allow you to have a high enough spread to get enough pops on these areas. But if you have the bombs, it'll help you with the spread. So you need to be good enough to get this upgrade before Wave 3, Stage 3. Notice I'm using the strat and it went quiet because it's a difficult stage. Yeah. Next one is 18,000, and then this one, two newer players, I would stick to this one. If you're better, go to this one. If you're not, go to stick on this one and then go into other paths. Did I mention that the bottom row is like super laggy if you're on a Chromebook, so just be aware of that. I would not go into it if you have a bad or cheap Chromebook or computer or laptop that you are playing on, but if you have like a better computer like mine, it is worth going into. Yeah, pay to win in a Flash game. Wow. Here is the part where you can make up for all of the pops that you did not get in the in the memory portion. See, I now made it to the portion because I did not even get enough pops. And then here is the final part. This part is good to have bombs for because they instantly explode from your location, instantly taking a dent through the ceramics and making sure you can get a lot more pops. This is the fun. I believe this is for me, this is the most fun wave in the entire game. For one reason, it gives you so much money. As long as you have the laser upgrade. Because every time you hit this Moab, he spawns a bunch of red balloons. And the lasers are super quickly hitting the Moab. So you are constantly spawning more and more and more red balloons. I'm already at 10,000 and I started at like 1,000. So this is the best time to make as much money as you will need for later. Look how fast my pop count is going up when I froze the balloon. Oh, it's 18,000, right? That was 12,000, like the next upgrade. There it is. And the wave will end once all of the blue orbs are off of the screen, not when all of the pops or balloons are off the screen. So you don't have to worry about them particularly until... So now we get into the crazier parts of the game. These are definitely challenging, but with how stacked you are from that last wave, you should be fine. So now we are going, like, they're just going into looks and pops. So using a bunch more ceramics as well, so the explosions are a lot more helpful. We're going to be saving for this. And because I have this upgrade and the bombs, I'm able to tear through ceramics that most people would not be able to tear through. Or even get through, for that matter. There's another super bomb, but I'm going to wait for more to be on screen before I activate it. Like, now. And there, now this ceramics will follow me around, and you have to pop through them to be able to pop more balloons. But since I'm so good, it does not really matter. Like, how much... Not so good. I meant... Okay, now we can get it. Mobs become more sporadic after Wave 1 of their original being showed. And a BFB is the final boss of the game on the final stage and final wave. But also, notice how the beam goes up through the ceramics. It is not shooting a bunch of projectiles. It is a solid beam that goes through everything, which is why it is so good for this bubble thing, because it doesn't restrict your shooting capabilities at all. So you can just go back and forth and nuke everything on screen. This is the final frontier. The final stage. And the most challenging of them all. And the most confusing of them all. 'Cause, oh boy, does this one confuse the mind. So we start off pretty calm, tame. Then we get to the more interesting parts. Freeze. That was a bad time to freeze. Once you max out this row, you want to max out this row, then you can go into this row with any excess cash that you might be getting. But if you're on a bad computer, again, just don't touch this row at all. Even if you just buy the first upgrade, it is going to lag your game incredibly. This is a good reason to, if you don't have this beam on this stage, you're kind of fried. And you just want to sit here for it and wait for all of the balloons to cross your path instead of you going to the balloons. 11,000 is the target balloon range. You have to get 11,000 pops to go to the next stage. And trust me, there is enough for you to get that twice on this stage. So use everything I have taught you from before and make sure that you are locked in. Alright, we're saving for this, and then we'll go into this. Rainbow balloons will be the most common balloon you'll see besides ceramics, in these waves. And we've found another super bomb. Trust me, guys, you will not see this many power-ups. I am just really lucky. See? Okay, I made it to 11,000. It is possible. And another Moab shows up to help out. Alright, now we can start going into this. I'm going to try and show you a fully maxed out Super Monkey, but I doubt I'll get to that point. This is the final wave, the final stage. Now you're going to start yourself positioned here. And want to follow this. That's where I already have 2,000 pops just from following that. I actually don't have all of the prices memorized on the bottom path, just because of how little I'm able to use it. $5,000. Okay, here's where it just tries to throw as many possible, and this is the final challenge. I'm probably not going to be able to show you that, the final of this, yeah. But make sure you get enough pops, because you still technically lose the game even if you made it this far. And you need 14,000 as your start, so I'm going to focus. Okay, we're locked. Okay, we need 5,000. We might not get there. I'm actually going for the orbs now instead of just going for pops, because I already won technically. Maxed! Fully maxed out Super Monkey. To end the game off strong. Thank you guys for watching. CJ signing off. Bye.